Hey everybody, Paul Lindsay here, coming to you from Mount Morris, bringing you a new segment for Racer X Films. We're going to try to bring you some of the breakout performances, things that flew under the radar, things you might not have seen if you weren't here. There's always great battles up front, but Jason and I always talk about the podium guys. Let's take a look at some guys that had excellent finishes that you might not have noticed just by looking at them on paper. Let's get to the 250 class action first. All right, as this segment progresses week to week, you're going to hear me use the phrase a lot, don't let the results on paper fool you. If you were here in the first 20 minutes of the first moto, you would have thought this day was all about local boys, Darren Durham and Ryan Sipes, as those two were out front and making this partisan Pennsylvania crowd really happy. Absolute heartbreak for Sipes, who went down halfway through the moto, wouldn't finish, goes 0-0 on the day. More on Darren Durham in a little while. Alex Martin, what a great ride after a mediocre start to the season, scoring only 7 points in the first 4 motos. He battles for a hard-fought 13th in the first moto and then backs it up with a solid 6th place. Who says short guys can't ride in the mud? 13-6 for a crazy 10th overall on the day. Malcolm Stewart, same thing. Mediocre start, first 4 motos, in and out of the top 10. Quietly and calmly, solid, consistent, 9-10 on the day for Mookie. Great ride, 9-10 for 11th overall. And last but not least, our breakout performer of the day, Darren Durham, doing it old school, privateer style, in a box van. Him and our other performer, Alex Martin, local boy, out front early, the first 20 minutes, checking out. Got a little bit nervous, faded to 4th in the first moto, tightened up a little bit, missed his gate pick in the second moto, got out mid-pack, goes down early, charges back to 13th, 4:13 on the day. Great ride, absolutely stunning ride for Darren Durham, who deserves to be up front. That's your 250 class. Okay, let's move to the 450 class. Ricky Dietrich, after a solid 5th place last week, this guy wants to be a full-time motocrosser. Looks like he's going to get it done. Problems in the first moto with a 17th, but backed up with a solid 6th. In the second moto, he quietly sits 6th in points. This guy is for real in the 450 class. Christian Craig, not a stellar day today, but a 9th place in the first moto, backing up that first moto last week where he led what seemed like to be an eternity. Christian Craig, also a solid rider in that 450 class. Welcome back to Mike Alessi, going 4-4 for 4th overall on the day after leading in the second moto in the mud. Great ride for Alessi. Great to see him back. Glad that he didn't go down. Good job, Mike Alessi. And last but not least, my breakout performer of the day, Davey Millsaps. What an incredible ride. A lot of people say he doesn't train, he's not serious. In the heat last week in Texas, gets a solid 2nd place and was charging at the end of the moto. Same thing today, 3-9 for 5th overall. Only a crash in the mud held him off the podium. A 4-way battle developing in the first moto with Kevin Windham, Jake Weimer, Chad Reed, and Davey Millsaps. Davey, one of the only guys at the end of the first moto still charging, and Davey is my breakout performer of the day. This guy is looking serious in this 450 series. Keep an eye out for the number 18 JGR Muscle Milk Toyota Yamaha, Davey Millsaps. That's it from here at Mount Morris. Those are your breakout rides of the day. Next week, we're at Budds Creek, where I'll be bringing you more of that same stuff you might not have seen if you weren't there. Guys that flew under the radar but had great rides nonetheless. I'm Paul Lindsay. Thanks for watching Racer X Films.